So basically, when I worked on this, as an equipment manager, sometimes I would stand on the sideline with the kickers, and that was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people that I hear outside of like that's not working with the sport, they think kicking isn't important, but I think you guys are probably the most important players on the team.
Yeah.
So in that moment of the game, when you go up and it's just you and the ball, you have to make that field goal or you have to do the kickoff and the punt, how do you say, like, mentally get in that moment of like, okay, it's just me and the ball, nothing else around me matters, like the crowd, everything like goes silent? How do you get in that mindset of that focus?
Yeah, I kind of get in that zone, and honestly, it's because of my routine.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do the same thing and have the same thought process for every kick or punt I do. By doing that, I don't even hear the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
and on the sideline, I stay very calm. I don't really be I'm supporting my team, but I'm not cheering for them,
Right.
standing, clapping, walking around, jumping, and I really try to focus on me and the ball exactly, and have my focus on that.
Yeah. And I know that you just mentioned your routine. So I know you have a weekly routine, not just a game day routine. Do you mind getting into your weekly routine along with, the end of the week, which is game day?
Yep. I would say our week starts on Sundays again. So post game on Sunday, we have our Sunday schedule, and go like through the little mistakes and have our lift. And then Monday is our off day.
Yeah.
So on Mondays I do a lift, which could be done on Tuesday, but I got class. So I get my body moving on Monday, which I like, get back in the rhythm. Then Tuesday we got morning practice. We'll be here at like 7 a.m. for our team meeting.
Oh, okay.
Same thing on Tuesday, on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can do our lift post practice for Thursday. So usually I do that too. Thursday and Fridays are, for me, not really a practice day because we're not kicking a lot, or there are just some corrections for us in special teams. I like to stretch,
Mm-hmm.
get my body right.
Mm-hmm.
It helps if you're flexible as a kicker and a punter, so I try to maintain that too, and that is kind of like my routine. And I like to eat good.
Yeah.
Don't not eat cereal or
Really?
stuff like that. I like to eat like a bagel, like solid food, like eggs,
Yeah.
something that really gets you right, and then I have to hydrate in between that as
Okay.
well. So that's kind of like my weekly routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on game day, it's the same thing, but is it like different when it comes to staying hydrated and fueling up your body?
It's a little bit different because we got 2 real meals, I would say, excluding snacks. So, of course, I have my jug with me, so
Mhm.
drink a lot of water. Then we have team breakfast. Then we go back to our apartment, dorms, whatever, and take a little break. Then we come back here, have some meetings, a team rollout. Then we have our dinner at 2 p.m.
Oh.
Because then we go into
like
prepping,
game day mode. Yeah.
game day mode, prepping, and we do not think about food. And we get hungry post game, I can tell you that. But yeah, that's kind of like a routine, and then of course the game starts, etc.
So after the game, I would say I was tired and I was just a fan at that point. But I mean, how do you guys handle, or just you, like making sure you're getting enough rest after and before games?
Refuel.
Mhm.
So eat good post game. That
Yeah.
helps a lot because you will become sluggish if you don't eat good post game or like on Sundays. Sleep good.
Mhm.
Try to sleep as long as you can. That didn't really work out for me last Sunday. I was still kind of tired. Woke up early because of like
The meetings?
weekly routine. Yeah. But yeah, sleep good, eat good, and hydrate good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest challenge for you adapting to American football? And I know this isn't your first American team. You came from William Jewell.
Yeah.
So is that different? Like how your routine there, is it different from SIU?
I would say it's a little bit different because
Okay.
we didn't have as much meetings with special teams because I don't have to be at the offense or defensive meetings. And let's see, what did I do for the rest? I was kind of like the same there. Very locked in, not really talking, not really on social media, just listening to music, and from there just stretch and get ready.
Yeah.
But those games were always at 1 p.m., so that's a little bit different. And here we have night games, so that was a little adjustment. But the hardest part overall was like finding my rhythm, I would say.
To stick to.
To stick to, yes, because everything was new. Freshman year of college is a little bit different than a couple games of high school, of course. And then in the collegiate level, you know, you have to perform. And I was doing all three at my previous school as well. So, you know, I was always busy. If we were not kicking, we were punting, and if we were not punting, we were kicking.
Yeah.
And having that job as a freshman, being new, kind of new in the U.S. was, I think, the most challenging part.
Yeah. So, like, how do you even, outside of sports, how do you maintain like a good mindset for sports, but also for your academics? Like, how do you make sure you have time for that?
In high school, it was a little bit easier because you have fun. It's a year full of experiences, but I would say the high school level of school wasn't that challenging, wasn't that hard. So it was some homework assignments and you get good grades. In college, it was, you have more exams, so I would just split it up. When there is football, there is football. When there is school, there is school. So you go to class, do your work there. If you have to study for a test, you just read through that, do that. But once there is football, you just forget about school.
Okay.
You think about football and perform on the field. Then when you're done, then you get back to school. That's kind of how I split it up.
That's, yeah, I think that's smart. Like, focus on one thing when you're doing that one thing, and then when it's time for school, then it's time for school.
Yes.
Would you say you have a good support system here when it comes to coaches or, for example, Alexis? Would you say that you found like a good support system that can help you with that?
Yes, definitely. The coaches are very good, very helpful, and they always say, if there's anything, just communicate, come to my office. So that's already like an invitation for, you know, future references. That's very good to have.
Right.
Now I don't have to hesitate if I don't have to be afraid to come to the office and talk to any coach in here. And then Alexis is amazing. She runs all the academics for football and more.
Yes.
So she is also very helpful. She's helped me in the past, and she is still helping me. So yes.
Would you say when you came to SIU in the last semester, right? That was your first semester here?
Yep, spring semester.
Would you say, when I think of like the family and you being away from your family, would you say you got close to the guys very quickly, or did it take you some time to be like, oh, I trust y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, I would say it took some time. Also because I kind of understand how it goes. There's a whole new team, so you got at least 100 new people in your sport that you got to meet. And I didn't want to rush anything, so I just took things slow.
Yeah.
You know, I just focused on football and show what I can do. And from there, people start to notice me, know me, and then you have that talk, you know, where are you from, or how are you, what was your previous school? And from there, you just get to know people better. And that also takes time. I know it doesn't go in like 2 weeks, that can take months. So I took my time with that. And I would say I've built up some pretty good connections here by now, which I'm very, very grateful for.
Yeah. So what made you say, like, I want to be part of the SIU football team?
Yeah, that happened on my visit. Everything came together on my visit. They've shown me around campus and facilities, and they have everything I need here to develop as a person and as a football player. They have an amazing gym. They got the team room. They got the fueling station.
Yeah.
And then Ross and Jace was there too. Took me to the basketball game.
Yeah.
And the environment was just amazing. Everyone came out. A lot of students.
The dog pound.
The dog pound.
Yeah.
Shout out to the dog pound. A lot of students came out, and my previous school had about 1,000 people or less, and here it's at least 10,000.
Right.
So I like that environment, and the coaches were just nice to me. They seemed like they know what they're doing, and they do. And from there, just felt home.
Did you
Just
feel
felt like
that
this is the
immediately,
spot.
or?
Yeah, kind of. I kind of realized that while watching the game. I was sitting in the stands and just looking around me. I was like, this could be my new home, and so far it feels great. So
Yeah.
I think this is the spot.
And I know you have a family within the Saluki team, but let's talk about your real family.
Yeah.
They've been here, which I thought was pretty cool to see firsthand because we were sitting kind of right next to them the last game and the last few games before that. How does that make you feel to just stand here in the U.S. and you look behind you and you see your family in the stands?
It kind of feels unrealistic, but it feels like it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I look back, they were there waving at me and
Yeah.
cheering me on. That's a feeling that I can't really explain.
Yeah.
But I'm so blessed with that happening
Yeah.
this past Saturday, and my parents came to BYU as well.
Yeah.
So that was also an amazing experience as well for me as for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be here this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
family weekend, perfect timing, and just amazing.
Do you plan on doing things with them like that the school will hold for family weekend?
We got to look into that.
Because of also your time schedule, right?
Right, also the time schedule with football, but I still got to show them around campus. They have seen
Yeah.
the facilities, so we can definitely figure something out. And my dad likes to play pool, so I'll probably beat him in a game of pool, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they like to cook. At
Okay.
least my mom loves to cook, and my aunt is here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even go out to eat. We just cook at the crib, which I
Must be
love.
nice.
A home cooked
Yes.
meal at home. That's honestly also the thing that I miss the most. My mom's food and my family and friends. So yeah,
Will she make enough for you to have left over before she leaves?
she does. But I think it will be finished before she comes back. So
Yeah, I understand. I think it's a blessing also to have seen how important your family plays a role in who you are as a person by just sitting next to them. And I know it's going to be emotional for you, but your sister, is she older or younger?
she's older. She got
Older.
2 years on me. So
Okay.
she's 23.
23. So would you say she has played a huge part of being like an influence for you when it comes to, your future or your career?
Yeah, my sister was always like the smart kid, I would say. I was more the athletic kid, but she was also athletic, and I was kind of smart,
Yeah.
So we kind of, how do I say this? Fill the gaps for each other.
Mm-hmm.
So she has taught me a lot of stuff about school and how to do things, and that also developed me as a person in sports, as in academics or just in life. And she was like an example for me, and of course she had more life experience than me, and she
Mhm.
kind of understood things quicker than me. So she would just explain them in a different way
Mhm.
for me to make it more understandable, and that has helped a lot and helped me prepare for the future as well.
Okay, and for your parents, would you say they also play a huge factor of both of you, because obviously she has different future goals and you do too, but
Mhm.
you guys are the same when it comes to blood.
Yeah.
Would you say your parents did a good job with who you are as a person as well as she is?
Yeah, definitely. They raised us both in a very specific way.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain because we were in a different environment
Right.
in Europe and in the Netherlands, but they have given us great life lessons. And my dad was an exchange student as well, and he went to college to Ferris State in Michigan. So he kind of guided me in that path. And my mom just taking care of yourself and others, and cooking and cleaning, and all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they filled each other up too, with raising us as kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what would be, just take a moment to think,
Mm-hmm.
any advice your parents or your sister has shared with you that has instilled in your mind that you always constantly think about every day that will help you keep going? for example, my mom, we're very faithful. So whenever something is going on, she just tells Tyler and I to just say, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
And that will be something we constantly do every single day. Is there something like that your parents have instilled in you to keep you motivated?
Yeah, my mom is also very religious, so she educated me on that part as well. And she's always says, stay who you are, like know who I am, who you are. So that's a big part. And always thank God, thank God for this opportunity to play football here at this interview. Thank God.
Oh, that's so sweet. Don't make me cry. That's so sweet. Okay, keep going.
And then my sister, she knows I how do I say this? I'm pretty calm. I'm outgoing, but with the right people, I will do whatever with my friends from back home because I've known them for 10 plus years. But here I would just take it more easy. Then she always says have fun, spend some money, just figure it out, do some fun. You only live once, You're never getting the day back. So
that's true. But back to the family thing. So they leave. When will your parents head back home?
Tuesday. Yeah.
So I was gonna ask your parents this whenever I did get the chance, probably this weekend. But I could just ask you, how do you notice whenever they do this, celebrate your achievements in their way instead of them being in person, they take you out to dinner or something like that, or they cook you, your favorite meal as a celebration or as a reward. How do they do that when they're not with you?
We keep in touch on WhatsApp. Have you heard of WhatsApp?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how they send texts during a game and give me some other oh, good kick or good punt, or post game we just call. But usually, especially right now, it's very late. So we usually call Sunday, and they just tell me good job and good win, and I've noticed it. So that's how they kind of celebrate and let me know.
Did you guys do something special after the last game?
After the last game, we went to the store. I think we bought some fruit and food. And what did we do? I think we went back to their hotel where they were staying at. And they were packing their bags because they were... No, actually that was Saturday. So we went back to my apartment and just ate dinner there and kind of celebrated it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So when they do head back, and you just talked about how you guys communicate, is very limited, right? Because of the time difference?
Yeah, I would say so.
Does that affect you a lot? Whenever, say after this interview, you get definitely, I really need to talk about mom, but you can't. How does that, how do you go about doing that?
I'm used to it by now, so I just postpone the whatever message or thing I want to tell them. Sometimes I just text them just so when they wake up, that's the first thing they see. And sometimes my dad is just call me whenever, because then he just wakes up at 2 a.m. and we call for a little bit and then he goes back to sleep. I'm glad that he is okay with that, but otherwise just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's not scared at all when you call him at 2 o'clock in the morning?
No.
My parents would get scared.
That's understandable. It's just because I'm all the way here, and let's say they're all the way in the Netherlands, they know.
Yeah, they know the time difference. Yeah. Is there any game besides this weekend? Because this weekend is a huge game. Is there any other game that you're looking forward to playing?
Honestly, every game. Yeah.
Really?
Every game is getting closer to the ring. Our achievements, and I'm very excited to play every team with this team because we have a good team right now. We got good players. So every game is yet another opportunity to showcase our skills.
Because I like how this game, you do know how big SEMO is.
Rivalry game.
Yes. And last year we played them, and I don't know if they showed you a video of how it was, but I'm honestly looking forward to it, but I'll be on the sideline. But how big this game is, does that make you nervous at all?
No.
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 You're not worried about it one bit.
No.
No.
Definitely not. No. We have prepared for this moment, for the season,
Right.
since I came here. Like that's January. And we're
Really?
in September right now. So everything we've done so far makes us comfortable to know that we are well prepared to play this game and every other game.
Right. And for you, I haven't seen this in the last now 5 years I've been here. You play kicker, punter, you do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does that stress you out at all? Or you've probably been used to it at this point, but when you started doing everything, were you stressed out at all? With the pressure?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Okay.
Because you go from zero to everything, basically, or technically. You go from just kicking the ball in high school to doing everything, from field goal, kickoff, punt. I was definitely nervous in the beginning.
Okay.
As a freshman, I was very, very nervous. And then I kind of got the hang of it, like during the season. Then once I got back, the nerves were gone because I knew how to split it up and just prepare for every single duty separately. Yeah.
So you probably didn't mention this too, but with your routine, is there something you do at home? Like say after this interview, you go home and you're thinking about, okay, tomorrow's a new day, I gotta get ready.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to, besides, eat well and refuel, how do you keep your body fit or ready for the next day to wake up and restart?
So that, also the stretch, and I take mental reps too.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos for field goals, punts, everything, and just get like, okay, there you go, that's a good ball, that's how I can hit it, or how I should not hit it, because that's not my style, something like that. I do punt drops, because before you punt it, you drop the ball in a certain way, and if that drop is perfect, you basically know the punt is going to be good too.
Okay.
So I do like 100 or 200 punt drops every day in my room or in the locker room, anywhere I can. And that helps me prepare for the next practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outside of serious questions, not fun questions like personal questions.
Okay.
So compared to the U.S. and the Netherlands, what's your favorite music artist here? For example, mine, it's Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Okay. That's such a tough question.
What? Why?
Like, I would say I don't have one singular artist that's like my favorite.
Okay. Do you listen to somebody just from here that's in your daily playlist, or do you usually listen to music from home?
I have a mixture of both. So I listen to Dutch rap or Dutch music. Then I also listen to US rap or R&B.
Okay. R&B artists? I love R&B.
Would Brand count as R&B?
Yeah.
That's his genre? Yeah, that's Brand.
Cool.
Or sometimes I like listening to like chill music like Sunder. Heard of that?
Yeah, I really just listen to Michael Jackson.
Just Michael Jackson? Anything else?
Beyonce.
Beyonce? I've seen her.
No way.
Yeah.
Where?
In
Mega
Amsterdam, yeah. I worked her concert, so I've seen her locker room and stuff, and
My
the
parents
dancers love it.
my parents went when she came to St. Louis last year, but I couldn't go because of school, so it was just like.
Cool.
But they brought me back a shirt.
Okay, that's really nice.
So different. You said your mom cooks, makes the perfect meals.
Yeah.
What's your favorite American food?
Someone asked me this question not too long ago, but I would say a good steak.
Steak. I've never had steak.
Never? Are
I'm a
you
picky
willing
eater.
to eat steak, or?
Should I be willing to eat steak?
Yeah. You should try it, for sure.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't say I'm a picky eater, but I'm a simple eater. So I would just eat like steak, or with a hamburger, I would just be like a cheeseburger or whatever. Just
Don't eat cheeseburgers either.
Not too crazy. Whoa, not even a cheeseburger?
If you
That's so basic.
name a food, I probably won't eat it.
What about, how do you call that? Pasta Alfredo.
Oh, that's my top meal to eat.
Okay, well that's simple. But
Chicken Alfredo?
Chicken Alfredo, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like shrimp, like fish, or just any type of fish? No, not really. Okay.
I used to. Okay, but then when I got here, it's just if my mom doesn't cook it, I won't eat it.
Right. You also don't really have fresh fish products in
Right.
the middle of the country, so don't. But
What's your favorite thing to do here in Carbondale? I know there's not a lot to do here,
yeah.
but like what's something outside of football that you enjoy doing? Yeah, that's a challenging question.
I would say, oh no, you said in Carbondale. Because
Okay.
sometimes I go to St. Louis.
Take away Carbondale in general.
Okay, I would say hang out with my previous teammate and his family in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes to play golf, so we play
Go to
golf
Top Golf?
together. No, like actual course.
Oh, okay.
Actual course and whatever. Last time I was there was like a grad party from his mom's colleague, and what else did we do? Like some random birthday party, just all fun stuff.
Yeah.
Just combine it. There's always something to do in St. Louis.
Right.
A little bit more than Carbondale.
Yeah, a lot more than Carbondale. Do you have any questions for me?
Let's see. So do you before you go home, but
Mhm.
what else do you like to do in like St. Louis area?
Go to church.
Go to church? Oh yeah. I've been to church more in St. Louis than here in Carbondale.
Yes. But also I don't really do this as much here, but I sing in church.
Okay.
I sing
I didn't
a
know
lot.
that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like your hidden talent in Carbondale?
Yeah. But if
Okay.
like we went to high school together, you would know that I sing. Because I would do that like at the variety show, which was our talent show in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always go home for church because I'm like, I need to sing. Because I can't really do that here.
Yeah.
Thank you for this last minute interview.
No problem. Anytime.
But yeah, you're my first interview.
All right. Good job.
Thanks.
Were you nervous at all?
I was so nervous.
No way. You didn't
Yeah.
seem that nervous. It seems like normal conversation. You did good too. Just know that. You did good.
I was
Like,
very nervous. Like,
I couldn't even tell, honestly.
I was like, oh, I had to say a little prayer before I came in. So.